As families get ready for Mother's Day coming up on Sunday, it can be a tough time for couples who are struggling to have a child.
More and more Americans are spending thousands of dollars on procedures like IVF, but doctors are seeing a rise in another, less expensive approach called embryo adoption. Anchor Brittany Johnson spoke to a couple who says it did work for them.
Coming. You can feel the joy Evie Foster brings to her family.
Are you Cookie Monster?
Her giggles are contagious.
Oh, I got you.
Her big brothers will do just about anything to make her smile.
She's going to be a handful.
She is. She's already a
I have
handful.
the feeling she already is.
Oh, she is.
And sometimes her parents, Scott and Leigh, are simply overwhelmed that she's here at all.
She's this bright life that came out of storage for 4 years. But
you heard that right, storage. A cryopreservation tank like this one, which stores embryos.
I feel it's so miraculous and it's so incredible. I still get chills when I think about it.
Scott and Leigh were in their 40s, trying for a third baby and struggling with fertility issues when Leigh set her heart on another option, embryo adoption.
My first reaction was, I've never heard of it. If this is something that's real and not a crazy thing, like why haven't I heard about it before?
Statistics show most people looking for assistance try in vitro fertilization using their own embryos. Embryo adoption is the process in which a family that has gone through IVF donates leftover embryos to another family.
And Evie's biological dad is Portuguese-Canadian.
Once the Fosters selected embryos, they went to the National Embryo Donation Center in Tennessee. Staff there handled the medical and legal steps that allowed Leigh to carry and to give birth to Evie.
When you're in the moments of pain and with the failed pregnancies, and then you get to Evie and you experience this life and you realize she was God's plan all along.
When I look at Evie, I think, oh my gosh, this is a life waiting. And that's a lot of lives.
Industry experts estimate there are 600,000 to 1 million embryos in storage right now. When families complete IVF, many have to decide what to do with leftover embryos. They can choose to destroy them, store them indefinitely, donate to research.
Another option is to donate them to another couple.
Teal Taylor helps families trying to have babies at Reach in Charlotte and says embryo adoptions are becoming more popular, and as many as 60,000 could be available for adoption.
It's cheaper and it has a higher success rate.
Taylor hopes that couples who struggle with fertility for years will see embryo adoption as a viable option earlier, not as a last resort.
From a society perspective, there's just a lot of pressure to have your own genetic baby. And once you get over that pressure, I think everything kind of falls into place.
It certainly has for the Fosters.
You're happy and you know it, shout hooray. Hooray!
Brittany Johnson, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
She is adorable. A cycle of IVF can cost $12,000 to $18,000. Embryo adoption costs on average $8,000. To put all this into perspective, the CDC is estimating that 1 in 8 couples has trouble getting pregnant.